In Roboquest, there are 6 available classes, with each class offering unique abilities and class-specific perks. Each class has different prerequisites you must achieve in order to unlock them. So in this video, I will be going over exactly how to unlock each class in Roboquest. I'll have a timestamp for each class down in the description below.
Yeah, boy.
The first class you get access to in Roboquest is the Guardian, which is immediately available upon the start. He's a balanced class that can focus on survivability with his Bastion ability, which deploys a invincibility shield for a limited time. He's also able to output large amounts of damage with class-exclusive perks that allow him to have infinite amounts of ammo and super high fire rates. Commando is the easiest class to unlock in Roboquest, as all you have to do is get 750 global kills in Roboquest. You do not have to do this in a single run and can be done just by playing the game. The Commando class is a heavy focus on Fury, and in this game Fury is essentially rage that can be stacked multiple times by slaying enemies, which in turn give you large buffs. The Commando can also excel in close quarters combat with his special abilities and class-exclusive perks.
Nice.
The Engineer serves as the summoner role in Roboquest, allowing you to summon 2 drones or up to 5 drones with the class-specific upgrades that can also be paired with other summonable bots for you to have your very own bot army. You can also take class-specific upgrades in order to increase drone deploy speed, critical damage, and targeting damage. Engineer is a popular class amongst advanced players. In order to unlock Engineer, you have to get your base camp to level 4 by unlocking enough upgrades at the workshop. This can only be done by purchasing upgrades with wrenches. There is no fast way to do this except by simply playing the game. Just avoid using wrenches on purchasable cards from the NPC in Haven City, as they don't provide as much value as the upgrades from the workshop.
Let's go! Too easy, dude! Give me that crown!
Ranger is the stealth class of Roboquest with a primary ability that allows you to go invisible for a limited amount of time. As his name suggests, Ranger excels at long-range combat with a secondary ability that allows you to throw javelins that can pierce multiple targets. With the right upgrades, you can have up to 5 throwable javelins at your disposal. I found Ranger to work best with elemental and explosive upgrades. So the first thing you want to do is obviously start a run and to make your way to Oasis. Once you get to the first save zone after going through Canyon, you'll see 3 different doors. You want to choose the door that says Oasis on the top, go through it. Once you get through this area, you'll be taken to Oasis. Once you get to this area, you want to find an area marked yellow on the map. Once you find this yellow zone, all you have to do is walk through the waterfall and you'll find a secret area with a NPC that requires a quest item, and a little bit to his left you'll also see a javelin sticking out of the sand. Just pick it up and you've unlocked the Ranger class.
Did I just catch you having fun?
Recon is the tactical class of Roboquest, where his primary ability allows you to teleport, while his secondary ability is a melee with a dagger weapon. Depending on the upgrade path you take with Recon, you can either play this class at range or close quarters with a high crit chance and damage potential. Recon has great single target damage potential as well. In order to unlock Recon, you have to complete Chapter 2. If you look at the map here, Fusion Core is the 3rd area you get to if you go directly without taking any of the secret areas. When I first started playing, I thought Chapter 2 would be Aqua Station, Oasis, or Ruins, but for unlocking the Recon class, this isn't the case. Now I know what you must be thinking. That's way easier said than done, especially if you're new to the game. Well, luckily for you, I created a video called 17 Things I Wish I Knew When I First Started Roboquest, and if you follow that video, you will easily get way past Chapter 2 and even possibly up to the final boss, if not defeating the final boss. You could lower the difficulty to Discovery mode, which makes the game super easy and can also save you a lot of time if you just want to go for the challenges and unlocks and all of the gadgets. The Elementalist is a class that excels at dishing out elemental damage. His abilities allow you to shoot out elemental orbs that explode on impact. As of update 1.1, Elementalist has received multiple buffs, making him viable at higher difficulties. You can pair his elemental damage with explosives in order to get high damage elemental explosions that can clear out groups of enemies. The first thing you need to do is find an elemental weapon. So if you don't get one at the beginning of the run, just feel free to restart the run until you do, because later on we're going to need to do elemental damage to unlock a code that opens a door that gets us to the Elementalist. Doing elemental damage with your ability does work too. So if you manage to get a element on your special ability and the remaining 2 elements on your weapons, you can get access to the code you need on your first try. You will need to start saving up 25 power cells to unlock a door in the fields. So the first thing we have to do is go to the ruins to get the fields key. In the ruins, you'll come across a laser corridor that requires 4 buttons to be pressed. So just go to the spots I'm going to and activate those buttons to turn off the lasers. I heavily suggest you kill all the enemies in the area because they do get annoying, and also they will follow you into the sewer. So once you activate all of the buttons, you're going to want to pick up the fields key, which will be on your right, and the key will look like this when you find it. Drop a like if you're finding the video helpful so far. So now with the fields key, we can start heading towards the fields. Now you'll be able to open this door here with the fields key, which looks like this. And by this point, you need to have the 25 power cells to unlock this door, which leads to the Doom Gardens. We're at the Doom Gardens now to get the Tech Lab key, which opens the door in the Energy Center. The Doom Gardens is a timed area, and the timer starts as soon as you open the door. If you're not careful, you will die instantly. So what you should do is go for the green bots that are flying because they provide you health and also extra time on your timer. But you always want to be moving and try to get as much height as you can. So use the jetpack, grappling hook, etc. if you have them. If you haven't gotten all of the gadgets yet, I do have a video on how to get all of the gadgets in Roboquest. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. I also suggest you go for any perks that increase your movement speed and stay away from anything that decreases movement speed. But once you complete the Doom Gardens, you'll find the Tech Lab key, which is the last key we need for the Elementalist. So right when you get to the Energy Center, you'll see this little passcode that requires 6 numbers, but we do have to go further on to get the actual numbers we need. So from here, we just have to get to the midpoint of the Energy Center. This is where you're going to need the elemental weapons once we gain access to the Tech Lab. So if you're lucky, the element in the Tech Lab will be an element you don't already have. So in this example, in my footage, it's fire, and I only currently have cryo and shock weapons. You'll want to look at the numbers that are on the blue screen. So write this down because you'll need these numbers for the next step. To reveal the other numbers, all you have to do is shoot the elemental orb with another elemental type, and be sure you're writing down all the numbers that do get revealed in the order that they're shown. You can also change the elemental type with your special ability if you have a perk that changes its elemental type. So in this footage, I'm using Recon with the dagger, and the dagger has fire damage on it. So this means it's possible to reveal all of the numbers in one run if you get lucky enough. And just so you know, the numbers you get are different than the numbers everybody else gets. So the passcode I have will be different than yours, and the passcode on both of my accounts I use to play this game are different as well. So at this point, you should have all 6 numbers to your passcode. But unfortunately, to get back to the door that we need to unlock, we have to start a new run, which is the main reason why unlocking the Elementalist is impossible to do on a single run. So at this point, all you have to do is to start a new run and make your way back to the Energy Center. Go up to the passcode machine, enter your passcode, and once you do that, inside the Tech Lab, you'll find a blue cinema ticket, but more importantly, the chromatic cell, which gives you the Elementalist class.